Hi, everyone. This is Ashley Ellenboss with Skyhouse Herb School and Apothecary. Today, we're going to be talking about herbal strategies for tension. I don't know about you, but this time of year, things can feel a little bit more tense, like you're kind of being pulled in multiple directions. So we're going to talk about strategies, both herbal, a little bit of art therapy tucked in there, and I'm going to share with you some of my favorite herbal products that are easy to find so that you can start to tame your own tension. Before I do that, I wanted to share with you that I'm going to be co-leading a retreat that's being hosted by the Bhakti Center in New York City. I am so excited. I hope some of you might be able to join. It's a UrbanDevi retreat, uplifting the voices of women. So I'm going to just jump over to the Bhakti Center website so you guys can take a look with me. I'll share my screen. Let's hop on over. So if you go to right here, go to the bhakticenter.org. and click over here on the sidebar to yoga. And when you get to the yoga screen, just scroll all the way down. They have all these amazing workshops, so you can check these out too. And here's their retreats. So this is our retreat, the UrbanDevi retreat, the gift of the feminine voice. And it'll be April 17th to 24th, 2023 on the beautiful Caribbean coast of Costa Rica. I'll be leading this with my teacher and dear friend, Rukmini Walker, art therapist, Sarah Kurtzy, and kirtan leader, Kylie Brown. So please click on here. Registration is now open. So come join us if you can. Now, into today's content, I want to talk first about what is tension. So tension, by definition, is when two things are being pulled in opposite directions and thus creating a state of stress, you could say, on whatever is being pulled. And I was thinking about this from a psychological standpoint. You know, that would be like a string can be under tension. But for our minds and even our physical bodies, and I would dare say really both of them intertwined together, often what tension comes from is that we're feeling like we are being pulled in multiple directions. And if we can think about things in terms of their opposites, that can sometimes be helpful. So for example, tension can exist when we feel a pull between our work life and our home life. And they're feeling like they're drawing us in opposite directions. Or I've been exploring fun lately and how to just play. So not very good at it yet, but that pull between play and fun and then more serious work that has outcomes. Fun doesn't have an outcome. Fun is just for the sake of joy. So, do you want it to do joyful, fun things, but you're being pulled down by seriousness and things, feeling of having to be productive. Other opposites could be our home circle and our social lives. Those can sometimes be feeling like they're at odds with one another. So what do we do? What do we do when we have all of these different things being pulled in other directions and our bodies feel tight, our minds feel tight? Well, we look to bring them closer together. So if you have like a rope, here's my cartal. So if you have like a string, this is tension when things are being pulled away. But if we want to have a little bit of ease, we bring these two opposite things towards each other and try to merge them, try to blend them together in some way. So I was thinking, like, for example, what if we try to bring some rest into our time with our family? For if you're a parent, one thing that I do is I do spa day with my kids, or spa night, where the kids take a bath, we all put on honey masks, and then we'll paint our nails. And that's just fun. It's easy. It's relaxing. Otherwise I'll go in the basement and do yoga with the girls, and it's kids yoga. So everything's really fast, but it's that idea of how do we bring these things that feel like they have to exist in these separate compartments, try to bring them together. Also thinking about what are some other things you might think of, right? Like having fun and then responsibility. So what if, for example, you hire a babysitter that's a responsible one, and you go out and you have fun and you take care of your kids, and then you do something that's really joyful on your own, that's self-care. That could be a nice way of bringing those together. Another thing that might be a fun exercise is to do art. I have found that art has been really helpful for me when trying to make sense of things that feel kind of, disparate and disconnected. So try this. get a piece of blank paper. You can use colored pencils, markers, you can just use a pen and draw what your tension feels like. What does it feel like when you are tense? And so, think of whatever images come into your mind. If you want to draw images of the types of things that really stress you, maybe your work desk or a computer, your phone, bills, whatever it might be that causes tension, and just try to make an image of yourself of what is tension. What are the things that cause tension? Just to kind of do a little bit of a brain dump. That is really good for our minds, is to get things from our minds out. And drawing can be really helpful. If you're not big into art, you can also just do words. So you could just write the words on a piece of paper and try to just map out what does tension look like. The second part of the art activity is then to look at how might you integrate these. So how could you turn work into something that is a little more restful? Could you set a timer and take some breaks when you're at work? Just even, this is the terrible thing about the modern workplace is it used to be, or I guess it still is, you can take a smoke break if you're a smoker. But what if you're not a smoker? You can still take breaks. So set a timer, tell your boss, just say, I'm going to take a few minutes, a few minute breather. You are absolutely entitled to breaks during your workday. So do that for yourself. Another thing that you might find when you're drawing out how you integrate them is how can you make certain things that feel really stressful fun? What might that look like? And again, it doesn't have to be images, but it might be words that might help you think about how can these things that are pulling you in opposite directions start to be drawn together so that there is a dynamic flow between them and not this static tension. Now, for the herbs, I think there are so many wonderful herbs out there that are really, really good for this specific pattern. So I want to share with you some of my favorite herbal companies. I am not affiliated with them, so I don't get any kickback or I don't make any money from you buying from them. I just really like them because I know these herbalists, they make really high quality products and I use them myself. So we're going to hop over to 4-Element Herbals, and I'm going to show you what products they make that I think might be really helpful if you are struggling with tension. All right, so here we are. So this is 4-Element Herbals. This is a company that was started by one of my friends who I met through the American Herbalist Guild. And a lot of her products are carried throughout health food stores throughout the country now, but she's based out of Michigan, and is actually just a few hours away from me, which is pretty cool. So this is her line, 4-Elements, and the products that I really like. If you go to shop now and go to herbal tea, she has a really nice blend for tension, and it's called Peace, Harmony, and Tranquility Tea. And this one here has a blend of some nice herbs that are kind of my top ones for tension in tea form. There's other ones that are better in tincture because they don't taste good, but these are ones that taste good. And this is a delicious blend. So it has, let's see if it's going to tell me what's in it. Well, I know what's in it. So it has chamomile, which is a great anti-tension. It's a tension reliever. It has, it tells you on the box. So it has chamomile, lemon balm, roses. It also has a little bit of lavender and skullcap. So this is a great one from her. You also, if you can find any chamomile tea, and I really like, just as a simple, is chamomile and honey. It seems like it shouldn't do much, but it really does. It's been mentioned in children's books like Peter Rabbit, right? It's just a classic herb that is so soothing for the mind and the body. So give that a try, a little bit of tea every day. Then some other ideas are tinctures. So tinctures are really nice if you don't have time to make tea, which I think we should all hopefully have enough time in our day to make ourselves a cup of tea. But if that just feels out of reach for you, or you just really want something that is going to be, I think, a little stronger in your body, then a tincture is a really nice option. It is going to cost you more money, so that's a trade-off, but it's really easy to take. It works pretty quickly, and You can pack some of the more bitter, more potent herbs into a tincture because nobody wants to drink them as a tea. So we'll hop over to my friend David Winston's website, and I'll show you some of my favorite products that he has that I think you will really enjoy. So let's share screen. We'll hop over here. Herbalist and Alchemist. And so they do have a bunch of herbs for kids, which is really nice. But if you go to our products by condition, and then you go all the way down to stress, emotional, nervines, and sleep, pretty much all of these blends are wonderful. So you might find one that is specifically what you need. The one that I really like is called tension relief. I think that one is specific for this, for what we're talking about. So here's tension relief. If I click on it, I can tell you what is in it. It has motherwort, milky oats, bacopa, and one of my favorite herbs for tension, which is blue vervain. Blue vervain is a specific herb that is excellent for people that are, especially our type A perfectionists, don't know how to rest, don't know how to have fun, really like to control things, including other people. And it's just really, really good for that pattern, and especially for people that hold tension in their neck and shoulders and even in their jaw. So this does have it in it. I would recommend starting with a 2-ounce size. And then if we go back to that whole area and you scroll down, if you really like that description of blue vervain, while you're here, go ahead and buy yourself a bottle of blue vervain, because for me, I find that there's something about tasting the blue vervain that sends this ripple kind of shockwave through your system via your vagus nerve, which is connected to your taste, that helps your body kind of shiver, shake off tension, and relax. If you've ever seen dogs, how they dogs will shake before they lay down. That's exactly what happens here. So if you have that little shudder, it's like shaking off tension, or like after dogs play, they'll shake off tension. So I'm going to just go back to clicking here, and then you can search by individual herbs. So if we go to our products, and then single extracts, you can click on B for blue vervain, scroll down a little bit, and you will see blue vervain extract. And again, I think you could start here with 2 ounces just to get yourself started, and see how you like it. For dosing, for blue vervain, you really only need, I would say, half a dropper full, which is maybe like 10 drops, all the way up to a full dropper full, depending on what you need. Maybe start with half a dropper full, go up to a full dropper full. Maybe over a week, you can take this 2 to 3 times a day. The same thing is true for the tension relief. You can take, I would say for that one, take 2 droppers full. So it's like a little bit of a less than a teaspoon. You're going to take 2 to 3 times a day. You can stick it in your pocket or your bag, and use it that way. So that's a really, really good one. They also have a great product called PhytoCalm that's a little stronger. That's really good for sleep. So if you find that tension keeps you from sleeping, try their product called PhytoCalm. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about was actual muscle tension and a few products that can be really good for topical application. So both 4 Elements and Herbalists and Alchemists make wonderful creams and rubs. My favorite one, though, I will say that's a little bit stronger, is going to be from Herbalist and Alchemist. So why don't we head back to their site, and I'll show you exactly the one that is just incredibly strong and actually very, very efficient. So we'll share screen. We'll go back here. We'll click on our products. You see this little drop down, and we're going to go by type, and we're going to do oils and ointments. If you click on that, you'll see Dragon's Dream Oil. So this one has ginger, camphor, menthol, and essential oils of eucalyptus, black pepper, peppermint, and wintergreen. And this is penetrating and warming. It really opens up the muscles. It's based on a Chinese formula. So one of the things about tension is tension tends to be both cold and contractive. So with our herbs, we want to use things that are going to be expansive and warming. So this is definitely going to do that. So you can rub this on your shoulders, your neck, even on your feet. We'll hop over to For Elements. They have a really nice product that is it's more of like a lotion. So if you click on up at the top, you'll see, where was it? Category, functional creams. So it's the very first one, functional creams. This one's great. Arnica capsicum. So capsicum is cayenne. Cayenne is very deeply warming, penetrating, and diffusing. So it's going to warm and break up that tension. So this one's really good. It has a ton of really positive reviews. I used to sell this at our yoga studio and people loved it for tight, sore muscles. And also, if you've worked out and you have sore muscles from your exercise or from a yoga practice, this also works really, really nicely. And it has arnica in it, which is really good for bruising or for muscle pain. So you can try that, and that one works really nicely too. So those are some of the products that I think might be helpful, some ideas to help you think about tension, some art therapy strategies for looking and exploring what tension is and how to bring those parts together. And let me know what you think. Was this helpful? What do you do? How do you manage your tension? What are exercises, practices that really help you bring these things together? And as always, please subscribe, please like this video and share it if you think you know someone who might also enjoy it. So thanks so much, everyone, for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.